So I'm going to speak for myself here. I don't have the ability to share my body with a man and remain disconnected. What goes on my body and in my body is consumed by me, right? It becomes a part of me. I'm not disconnected from my body. So I don't participate in casual sex, right? Sex is something that women can get very easily, right? I'm attractive. That's something that I can get very easily. But I don't like sex enough to just seek it randomly, right? There have been times when women ask me, well, what do you do when you get urges? Like, I'm not a fucking animal, right? I'm not just attracted to dick just for the sake of being attracted to it. If I'm attracted to a man, then that comes with the attraction to him, right? I'm evolved out of just my carnal desires, right? And I don't need to subscribe to anything to not have sex, right? So I'm not celibate, I'm not abstinent. I don't have to assign myself a label to live up to. I just don't give my body away, right? Because I am my body. I'm not a separate entity out of it, right? And so what I participate in, I'm engrossed in, involved in, right? And so I consider that when it comes to dealing with men. So I don't believe men and women can be friends. I think that's something for evolved people. Most people are not evolved. The root of everything with male and female is attraction, is biology, right? Men pursue you because they want to sleep with you, not because they want to marry you, not because of anything else. It's biological reasons why men pursue women. So I don't believe that friendships, I think most interactions between men and women stemmed from something, whether it be he wanted to have sex with her, he's currently having sex with her, right? He used to have sex with her, or she's ugly and he's not attracted to her at all, right? So that's these friendships that people have going on. Once there's no more intimacy, right? Once we decide to take our talents elsewhere, there is nothing. You don't get to have access to me. There's nothing. That's the way I operate, right? If that line was crossed, you don't get to go back over it, right? The cat's already out of the bag. The box is already open. Things have already been exposed. You can't put it back in now. It doesn't work that way. Now this is me, right? And that's part of the reason why I never attached myself to a man by way of children, right? I had my daughter since I'm young. I never had kids with my ex-husband. I didn't have kids with my ex-boyfriend, right? I didn't remarry. I didn't combine finances. I didn't do any of that. I always remained detached, right, when it came to my ex-boyfriend. And so when I spoke about my breakup, which I went viral on Facebook, over 1 million views on that video, men were very angry. Women were very angry that I broke up with someone they don't know. It was such a weird thing. I was a girlfriend for 10 years and all this shit. Yeah, because I keep myself autonomous. I don't give a fuck about marriage and all that other stuff. I don't need that to have meaning in life, right? I'm an entity in my own self. Right? I'm bigger than the fucking program that many of you subscribe to. That said, I was talking about a video, a clip that I got from TikTok where Cameron was speaking to his ex-girlfriend about, an issue they had where he didn't want to invest in whatever business she had going on. And she felt like he wasn't supportive, he wasn't a protector, he wasn't a provider. And he was saying it just wasn't a good investment, which he's not wrong for operate. If he felt like he wasn't going to get a return on his money, why would he invest in something? But because women develop an attachment and an entitlement over men that we sleep with or we feel like we're in a relationship with, even if the man doesn't feel the same as us. A man could sleep with us and we're not in a relationship with them. They're not in a relationship with us. But in our minds, because we gave that part of us, there's a connection there, and they should support us in what we want to do, right? They're speaking two different languages. She's talking about, basically, you should support me. I was your woman, or whatever they had going on. And he's like, yeah, but I wasn't going to invest in something that was not a good investment. What he's saying is valid. But because when you start sleeping with people, the lines become blurred, right? You can't separate business from pleasure. So you got to choose one or the other. Either you're in business with this person or you're in relationship with them. Oftentimes you cannot do both. This is why women have to know themselves and be honest with yourself. I know that I don't have the ability to just sleep with men. I know that I can get attached. I do get attached. This is my body. I'm letting somebody inside of my body, right? So, of course, I'm going to have some type of attachment to it. I'm not able to say, all right, I'm just letting him in my body and, he's nobody. If he was nobody, he shouldn't be in my body. If he's not elite status, why am I letting him inside of my body? That's just how I operate. And so, again, when things are done, they're done. You don't get to go back and remain attached to me and still benefit from who I am as a person, right? Now, barring certain circumstances, right? You have children with the person. You can't just ignore them. And you may not just want, I'm not saying just ignore them and fuck them and we're never going to talk again. Nah. It's just that certain things, there's no access. And sometimes men believe because they had access to you that they have unlimited access to you forever. This is their mentality, like you've done it already, so, you're always mine. I always have access to you. And women take that attitude as well. But it often doesn't benefit us because what we want from men, they're not giving to us. We want connection, we want relationship, we want, perks, we want all these things. But if a man has you in a certain compartment in his mind, you're not getting that. But you're giving yourself in hopes of getting that when he's already made up his mind. And if you have that mentality, right, I'm giving my body to you, you should do certain things to me, you should support me in certain ways, you should do, what I say, whatever it is, we're going to continue to exchange ourselves for those results. And if we're not getting it, we're going to feel slighted. Even if we're not getting it for a logical reason, right? This investment doesn't make any sense. Why am I giving my money into this? Oh, because you love me and I'm sleeping with you and you should support me. See, things get blurred when you start to sleep with people and you start to believe you're in a relationship with them. I don't just lay with people. That's not how I operate, right? And so I keep a certain detachment. I may get attached to the person, but I try to remain mindful. I can get carried away at times. I'm still a woman, right? But I could see, how she feels being a woman, right? But I also understand that you still got to remain mindful. Things still have to make sense. But with women, in relationships, things don't have to make sense. They just have to feel good.